Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Doc with Boys R Us with another video for you. This one is going to be about ultrasounding your females. Back in the day when I started breeding pythons and boas, I didn't have access to an ultrasound, so I would end up pairing the animals every month because I was never good. Even being a vet, I was never good on palpating, so it's not for everybody. So what I would end up doing, which works, but if you have too many females that you're pairing with a male, you can waste your male by just pairing every month. It puts a toll on him. It takes a lot of energy to breed. Some males go out of food. So when I first started again on breeding ball pythons, I decided to invest on an ultrasound, and I can't tell you guys how wonderful of a tool it is. It can basically tell you if your females are developing follicles. It can tell you how the development is from month to month. I usually ultrasound them once a month. And it can also tell you once they're done and they started ovulating and if they reabsorb. So basically, you had a female that was like over 25, 27 millimeters, and you go ultrasound next month and she's down to nothing or 15. So, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. So I tried a little different approach on the video. You guys tell me. I basically did a split screen with two different cameras just to show you what's showing on the screen, and on the other side, me actually ultrasounding the females. I did 4 or 5 females just for you to see females in different stages or their follicle development. And I hope you guys enjoy. Let's take a look. So guys, let's start with our first female. This is a black pastel yellow belly head clown. She's a 2023 and she's around 1800 grams. Last time I checked, she was 12 millimeters. And so let me just show you. You have to put kind of this much. I'm using dual cameras so I can show you on the screen, and I can also show you how I do it. So you kind of look for the third part of the body, and you see this little nub here. This always has to be pointed at the head of the snake. So kind of go here on the side, and then I try the other side if I can't see anything. So you can see right there the gallbladder. So start going a little bit down. See right there? I think she is around 12 still. Let's freeze this and measure it. So you just have to kind of have a feeling for it. I prefer to do it on the tubs because they feel more comfortable since I'm doing by myself. But if you have help, you can remove them from the tub. I just think it's much easier to do it when they're on their tubs. Let's see how she is. You're not going anywhere, are you? So we click measure. Come from one corner of the egg. She's around 10 millimeters, at least on this follicle. if you keep going down, actually I'm gonna show you. Let's go down a little bit further and see if she has like larger follicles. Put a little bit more gel, and putting more gel is the key, guys. If you put too little, you might not be able to see anything because the gel is what conducts. So if they're moving too much, I kind of hold their head a little bit. See right there, they have 2 in there. Let's see how those are. Yeah, right there. You can see she's at 12.3. Actually, guys, I'm trying to do this on camera. I think I might have measured the gallbladder. I'm sorry about that. Just trying to look at 2 different cameras. But you would see that the follicles are very round. So forgive me about that one. So at 12, I actually start pairing when they're around 9. I don't wait for 12 because pairing will stimulate them to start building follicles. And another thing that I do is when they're not feeding and they're proper size, I kind of put a male in there. If they are missing like 4 meals already, I try to put a male in there to see if she's gonna stimulate her. Sometimes they don't even need a lock, but just by having the male in there helps them start developing. So this one is a super OD, possibly fire heck clown. She just started to get into shed, so I usually don't ultrasound them when they're in shed, because since they have that layer of skin that is separating, you have a gap between the actual scales and the ultrasound. Sometimes it's hard to penetrate that barrier, so you can't see much. But let's see where she is. Last time she didn't have huge follicles. She was at 6, I think. But let me just show you guys where she is now, if we can see it. See a little nub pointing to the head. So as you can see, it's kind of harder to see, but you see how small they are on top. You see the horizontal line with the follicles, but I'll measure it for you guys as well, just so you can see. I mean, this was the best tool after the racks that I ever got. That helps me a lot to track how they're doing, if they reabsorb. I don't have to overuse my males if they're not ovulating. So that saves your male's health, so you're not overbreeding. Yeah, she's kind of around 6.5, I would say. But she just went back on food after I paired her. Like, she was like probably 5 weeks without feeding, and then I paired her with the male and she went back on food. So hopefully she's gonna start developing follicles for me. She's really, really pretty. Unfortunately, she's in shed, but that's just part of the game, guys. So this big girl here is a spot-nosed clown, and I'm trying to get some hats from her. I actually pair her to a Hurricane Acid Phantom male, and if we can get like a multi-gene het female or het male, that will be amazing. So we click here, we reset the ultrasound. So again, you go to like the widest part, as you see, and sometimes I don't even try to find the gallbladder. I just kind of know where to look for. So we have some big follicles already. Let's see. See down here, guys? It's a big one. Let's see how it is. I usually space the pairings, even though they're ovulating once a month. And then I ultrasound them as well once a month, just to see how are they progressing. Yeah, she's right at 17 millimeters, which is really good. The last pairing, how can I put it this way? If I'm ultrasounding and they are at 35 millimeters, some people don't pair anymore. I usually do one last pairing because I noticed that when I do that, I have less slugs. So I still have a small sampling of doing that, but I haven't been getting any slugs or like one slug when I do that. So sometimes you don't have fertilized eggs, and that's why you get slugs. So having a one last pairing at 35 helps fertilizing those eggs. So here's a huge female. She's a highway orange dream, and with this one I'm trying to get some hats as well from my monarch het pied male. So let's see where she is. I'm really excited about getting hats from this one. We can have the possibility to create high-weight pie monarchs, high-weight monarchs, so we shall see. Little nub, her head. She was, last time she was 25 at 27 millimeters. Let's see how she is now. And if you can't see anything, you can start going down. We're going up. Find on one side, you go to the other side of their spine. Sorry guys, this is kind of difficult when you're trying to look at one camera, and then I apologize. See right there? See, when they get to a point that they're too big, look, you can't even see the edges of the egg. So this entire mass here See down there, you can see the outlining. Let me freeze it for you guys. Yeah, when they start to get really big, it makes it harder to measure it. Let's see right here. Just to kind of having, it's gonna be hard to measure it, but yeah, she's definitely over 30. So I believe that she's due for a lock, but my male is in shed. So we would have to wait for him to shed first to pair him with her. So I believe this is gonna be her last lock probably. So this girl is one that I'm excited about as well. This one is a GHI Calico Het DG, and I'm pairing her to a OD Spot Nose Fire DG male, and he's possibly yellow belly and anchy as well. I'm pairing that guy to a lot of girls this season just because I want to have the contrast between the bright and the dark. And I believe the last time she was around 17 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. Let's reset this. Sometimes, guys, when they are curved like this, try to go on the outside of the curve. You have usually a better view. Well, those are some beautiful follicles. Let's try to measure this one. And again, you're gonna have follicles that are in multiple phases of development. Some are gonna be smaller, some are gonna be bigger. I usually measure the biggest one because the other ones usually catch up. So let's see how she is. Yeah, she's right at 17, 18. I actually, today is the 9th, I actually ultrasounded them at the 25th of last month. I'm just doing this so I can show you guys how I do it and how you can do it. There are multiple ways of doing this, but this is the way I do it. This actually unit is from British Circle. Well, she's trying to tag me now. And it's the Caxine 5700 with the foot pedal. I love it because it's like laptop. It's like a laptop, so you can take it anywhere that you want, and you can take from room to room. Guys, just for this video, not to be too long and too boring for you guys, this is gonna be the last female that I'm gonna show you. This is a Super Hurricane Hypo Het Rainbow female. And I love how she looks. I don't know how it's showing on the camera, but she almost has this green hue. And look at the crazy pattern. I love her. So, sorry about that, guys. Let me get the probe here. Let's see where she is. She locked twice already with the male. First time she was at 9, and second time she was at 11 millimeters. So let's see how she's progressing. See in there, guys? And again, I'm sorry for not getting at first, just it's hard to when you're looking at the camera. So it's either gonna be, I usually go 1/3 of the body, but sometimes it's higher up depending on how their follicles are developing. There you go. See. She's right at 12 millimeters and she has a good number of follicles, and I'm really excited about this one, guys. So that's it for today, guys. If you have any questions, just hit me up and I'll be more than happy to help you on your journey as well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Comment again, don't forget about the giveaway. You must be subscribed to our channel. You must follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And the more videos you comment on YouTube, the higher your chances of winning. Thank you again, and as always, I see you on the next one.